What is up, guys? Today we're going to be looking at another card from the upcoming Temporal Forces set, Walking Wake EX, the third in the trio of the dogs. So far we've covered Raging Bolt and Gouging Fire, so go check them out if you want. Walking Wake being the third of the Ancient Trio, and coming in with its ability Azure Seas, damage from effects used by this Pokemon aren't affected by effects on your opponent's active. So it is a Pokemon that comes with a natural shred ability, which is pretty cool because I don't think we've had that before. Correct me if I'm wrong. And we have Catharsis Roar as the attack for a water and a double colorless 120 plus 120 if they're affected by a special condition. If you guys remember, we got Brute Bonnet in the last set, which couples very well with the Ancient Tool to poison your opponent's active. With Catharsis Roar plus the Brute Bonnet and Poison, we're doing 250 damage in between turns, 260 if it comes back to us, and it makes our Walking Wake and our Brute Bonnet a little bit bigger. Melanie is rotating, so we don't have a great way to accelerate Water Energy plus attach Double Turbo in the same turn, but let's see if we can find a way with Sada. We're going to be using cards like Dangerous Jungle. During Poison Checkup, put 2 more damage counters on each poison Pokemon except any Dark-type Pokemon, so you're going to be able to get to that 270 mark now with Hisuian and Sneasler. We can even get to that 290 mark, making this deck quite a dangerous one-shot potential threat. If you guys have stuck with me this long, we're about to jump into the video. There will be a deck list at the end almost always. You guys can see that over here, and I'll talk about my thoughts on the list and stuff like that. But please consider liking and subscribing. It helps out the channel quite a bit for these kinds of videos, and I hope you enjoy. Lock in, and let's have some fun with Walking Wake. This is all from the official Japanese YouTube channel, by the way, so we're just always reacting to them before things happen, and then we can, get into some high-octane gameplay down the road. We see Gimme Ghoul on the left, or sorry, right. So Goldengo, a 2-prize matchup. Obviously, I think they pick matchups that are good for our feature deck every single time. But we have Walking Wake and Brute Bonnet coming into play. Mew EX to draw some more cards with Restart. Squawk ability, a little bit of a turbo build. Flutterman does stop abilities for Pokemon in the active, so we're going to draw 1 card from Brute Bonnet. Okay, this is a pretty reasonable board. Getting a Town Store, getting the tool up and running. Let's Sada on turn 1. So we got the Sada plus Fluttermane to draw some cards. We have the tool as well. That's actually crazy. We have the one-shot on turn 1. We're going to retreat. We have the poison. We're just going to pass with Fluttermane, 10 active. But now if we evolve into the Goldengo, it doesn't matter. We're going to see Morty, discard 1, draw 6. That's pretty good. Or 5, sorry, maybe. Pokestop. The Palkia V-Star is hitting the discard, but we do see Goldengo coming in, draw 1. The Fluttermane does not, unfortunately, stop benched Pokemon, so it is not better than Klefki. But in this deck it is, because I guess you can Ancient Pokemon. We're going to see the switch coming out, going into the Palkia, taking the one-shot on the active. But we're okay because now we can one-shot again. Okay, I guess we don't one-shot yet because we only do 270 with Catharsis Roar. So 240, 270, 290 if we find the Stadium. So we're really just looking for Stadium here to get the play going. We used Town Store last turn, so I guess how many of the Stadium are we actually going to be playing realistically? Another Sada coming through. Let's draw some more cards. Dude, this guy's really good at chaining Sadas every single turn. And we're going to go ahead and use, or just Poison and Retreat. There's so many cards in hand. It's actually crazy. We're going to E-Switch, attach. Yep, there it is. I was going to say the Double Turbo one can't really do the one-shot because we can only hit up to 270 on that one because we are minus 20 from the Double Turbo. But we were able to get everything, including the Stadium, into play, hitting for 290. I feel like we've been high rolling a little bit. These are a lot of cards in hand. I think we sodded 2 turns in a row after using Squawk ability, plus Town Store getting more cards in the hand. We had a pretty ideal Squawk ability on turn 1, discarding 2 water energies. This is as ideal gets. But so far there hasn't been any consistency mechanics for this deck that have made me inclined to want to play it. Where's the consistency? Where's the actual inclination that we can do this every single game reliably? I haven't seen that quite yet. We see the 5 energy one shot onto the Walking Wake, a 2-for-2 trade right here. No hand disruption. If this deck was something other than Goldengo, let's say it's Charizard on the other end, or Gardevoir, or something that plays heavier Iono counts, I feel like the Walking Wake deck will start struggling now because it doesn't have a ton of cards in hand. Yeah, we can get one more knockout, but I feel like setting up another knockout after this point might be a little bit difficult. Like maybe we need to play another modifier in addition to what we already have to hit to 320. No, that doesn't do anything. Maybe 320 is not the number we need. Um, we haven't seen any of the ace specs yet. No prime catcher, no pokeball, or sorry, master ball. And the Goldango deck is just like obviously a very good matchup for it here in this show match. Just kind of an unfair advantage for it, I think. But if it's another deck like Charizard on the other end, I feel like it's going to be heavily Charizard favored. Pokestop coming through. We're going to see 3 new cards. Oh, 2 Goldangos hitting the discard. That's not good. The Goldango player just like needs to find an Iono at some point, but they're just not going to. Oh, there's the Iono. We just discarded the Iono. We found the Iono. 6 energy one shot. Taking the knockout here. High octane gameplay. Double Turbo plus Stadium will be the end of the game if we can find those 2 cards. Double Turbo. Ultra Ball. Thinning for a Cloth. That's cute. Okay, that's actually really cute. I like having a card like Cloth in this deck because we already have all the poison synergies and everything that needs to combo off that. So rather than just folding the cards like Iron Hands, which Iron Hands taking 3 prizes on this guy is really, really bad. I was about to say like maybe we don't deal with those things properly, but Cloth coming in and being able to take the 2 prizes back and putting decks like Miraidon, which are now much less consistent. No path decks exist. You can hit into RCS with Cloth as well. A good 1 prize alternative. Actually, like I like the Cloth idea. The Cloth makes sense. This deck's still like a C tier deck at best. But we're just trying some stuff out. Professor's Research hitting the hand. Switch cart into our main guy. We're just going all or nothing this turn. Restart for 2. Do we hit the Stadium? Over vacuuming. We're just gonna thin some pieces. Sure. And we're gonna research for a brand new hand of 7. I feel like we've seen pretty much our entire deck already. So like, yeah, I was like, I'm hard pressed to say we don't play 3 copies of the Stadium. It seems so pivotal towards the setup part of our Stadium and then like our deck. So the game ends here. But this matchup was clearly skewed. Like 260 HP is a little bit easier to hit than 280 would be because we need to chain Sadas plus attach plus E-switch. Like that's a lot more difficult than hitting 260 each turn with this deck. Like this deck capping at 270 with a double turbo is a little bit more unfortunate than I've realized while watching this. So I don't know where the potential lies, but you guys can tell me in the comments what you think. Let's take a look at the deck list real quick. Oh, there was 3 Cloth. That's so many Cloth. I thought there was going to be 1. Wow, we didn't see any of the Cloth in this game. 1 town store is fine. I think it helps us find our tools. There's 4 future tools. That's a lot. The 3 switch cart makes sense to me. We got to move our guys. 2 vessel makes sense to me. 4 Sada makes sense. Squawk makes sense. Luminion makes sense. A lot of this list makes sense. I just don't know if it's enough to beat a lot of the top tier decks. I guess you guys can try it out and let me know. There will be a Champions League this weekend if you're watching this, and I will be streaming it, so check it out on this channel. Please subscribe and like and hang out with me on this weekend. I don't want to be lonely, you know. I was only on Valentine's Day already, so please like, subscribe, and enjoy the content, guys. Peace out.